The first game that I would run to at E3 this year would be Heavy Rain.
The first game I'm going to run to when E3 opens, or the first game I would run to if I felt like it would be out on the floor, would be Red Dead Redemption.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Number 1, Assassin's Creed 2, and there's no way it's not going to be at E3.
My number 1 game that I'm looking forward to is Assassin's Creed 2.
So E3 2009 obviously coming back to the LA Convention Center after a 2-year hiatus.
I'm quite confident that this year it will be pretty amazing.
I'm excited about the show getting back to the more traditional E3. The last two years have been fun only because GameSpot has made a lot out of E3. We sort of make our own show, no matter what's going on at the show itself.
I totally would love to see it back to its former glory.
The one game I'm probably most excited about is Batman Arkham Asylum. That game looks incredible.
The game that I'm looking forward to this year is Dragon Age Origin.
Dragon Age?
Maybe they've got Ninja Gaiden 3 up their sleeves for E3.
Little Big Planet on the PSP.
Dead Space Extraction.
Well, you always have the games that you expect to be there and the games that you're just crossing your fingers will be there. I expect to see Borderlands. Of course, there's always a long shot. Looking for Half-Life 2 Episode 3. Like, I mean, who isn't?
I have to be one of those people that was always really sad when E3 decided to try and change. Because for me, it was always a staple of the industry. You know, we had this big kind of messy 3-ring circus that happened.
It's a fun industry to be in. It's all about games, so why not make it flashy and fun?
So the first E3 I went to was in 2006, and that was like the last big E3, and it was great, especially when it's your first time. It's kind of like Vegas with all the lights.
So the number 1 game I'm looking forward to at E3, I'm hoping Microsoft announces Forza 3. My most anticipated game for E3 is probably Dead Rising 2.
The other game that I'm looking forward to is The Agency.
Modern Warfare 2.
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
DC Universe Online.
Looking forward to Halo 3 ODST.
The games I'm really looking forward to seeing at E3, BioShock 2.
BioShock 2 is one of those games that I am cautiously optimistic for. I love BioShock, absolutely love that game, and it'll be interesting to see where they take BioShock 2.
Our coverage of E3 and really the fact that E3 is returning to the show floor at the Los Angeles Convention Center in the first part of June, that really is also one of the main highlights of E3 2009 for me.
Last year was really depressing. Going to the convention center just felt dead. It didn't feel like a video game convention. It felt like a medical convention or something.
It missed that allure, and we had to, I mean, it was up to us to create that allure for our readers and for our users.
It was eerily kind of peaceful, being able to walk through the show floor last year without much of any obstruction, being able to talk in a normal tone. But this year, yeah, definitely. I'm looking to scream at some people. I'm over here at standing in front of the Aragon Theater now.
The last 2 years definitely didn't feel like E3, but at the same time, I felt like we as GameSpot, like we just went there and we did the same thing we do every year.
The thing about last year's E3 is that it was kind of small. It was a little scaled back. I'm looking forward to this year's E3, like going back to old school, going crazy, out of control, lights and explosions and fireworks and all that. That's what I'm looking forward to. Last year, I'm done with last year. I'm looking forward to 2009.
I know it's a ways out still, and maybe it's not this year, but with the trailers and everything we've seen of God of War 3, I'm really hoping to actually get my hands on it. If they're saying that stuff in that last one is really playable gameplay, quality graphics, I really want to see that, hold that controller in my hand, and try that game out. And yeah, God of War 3 is definitely one I'm looking forward to.
I'd love to see Excitebike.
Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect 2.
It's Final Fantasy 13.
Dante's Inferno.
The Secret World.
Deus Ex 3.
You know, for us, E3's always been our Super Bowl in a lot of ways, and we've had a ton of fun with it over the years.
I'm looking forward to our live show getting back on the show floor, because last year we were in this hotel room, which was really nice, but this year we're going right back into the belly of the beast, which is going to be awesome, because you can't capture that magic unless you're right there, which is going to be a lot of fun.
There's a lot of cool stuff that we're cooking up for this year. It's great to be back on the show floor, because one of the big challenges that people at home didn't necessarily see was we're putting on these great shows, but they weren't always necessarily within the convention center or even close by.
It's really going to be neat, because as much as GameSpot, the last 2 years for E3 has kind of tried to make it the same experience for users at home, even though we were getting shorted out of the cool big spectacle, we definitely trying to make up for it by making sure that our coverage of those last 2 years have been really kind of as polished and as cool as possible. This year, getting back that show and being able to show those people and having the fun with it again.
Just do it up and show everyone the best of the best.
I mean, this year E3 is back big time.
On top of the 19 hours of crazy stage demos we're going to present,
57 game demos.
Another 5 hours of the show floor.
An amazing stage show.
Everybody's been pretty quiet, and there's a lot of stuff coming, and they're ready.
I'm definitely looking forward to get back on the show floor and doing it up big.
The show is just going to be amazing.
I think you covered everything, unless there's any last words you want to have about E3 or anything.
Just I hope we have something other than Red Bull and fruit by the foot to keep us going through the night. That's it.